Hi, welcome back to Anne's Cozy Home. I shared a video several months ago about deciding to go gray. So I wanted to share in this video my coping strategies, how I got through the first year. If you are thinking about going gray, maybe some things to expect along the way. So the first few weeks, I couldn't stop looking at my hair in the mirror. Every little gray spot that I saw, just spending way too much time and attention on the process that is very, very slow. Recognizing that for most people this can take up to 2 years is kind of like a realistic goal, unless you want to cut your hair a lot shorter. That was the first thing to kind of let go of. The first couple of months I was trimming my hair a lot, like trimming it myself, and eventually I was like, oh boy, I think I may have gone too far. I just went to my hairdresser and I had her trim my hair, and I set a goal and I wrote it down: no major changes for the next month. So by setting a boundary and writing it down, even when the emotions come and I think, oh no, I have to do something about my bad hair day, I have to do something quick, I can just remember, wait a second, I made a decision that I wasn't going to touch it for a month. And then at the end of the month, I felt like I had succeeded, and then I could reassess the situation. So at that point, it would be an opportunity to decide, okay, do I want to color my hair, like do any kind of blending or toners, or get another haircut. And when I got to that point, I realized I was okay. I got over the worst of it, and it grew a little bit, and then I was able to move on. Another thing that I did was to try to accept the process for what it is. A transition means that you haven't made it to the final goal yet. I compare it to a piece of art that's halfway done. It may not look like what you envisioned, or like a partly painted room. It's hard to see how it will truly come together until it's complete. Applying this mindset to our gray hair transitions can be very helpful and reassuring, especially when we look in the mirror and feel dissatisfied with what we see. One thing I did was try to ignore the color differences and the variations in my hair, and to just focus on the health of my hair and the investment that good hair care will have for yourself in the future. If cold turkey is something that you're interested in, I would recommend it. It keeps the process fairly simple. I don't have to make any decisions about the color of my hair. I can just focus on styles that make me feel most like me in the process. Initially, I did feel the need to get frequent trims, but that only lasted a few months. After that, the effort that I put in to hair health was finally paying off, and I could see new hair growing back after losing a lot of hair due to poor physical and mental health. I've been putting less emphasis on how to deal with the gray hair grow out, and more energy into things that make me feel well overall. Things like taking care of my skin, managing stress in healthy ways, good eating and sleeping patterns, and treating my hair and myself as a whole more gently and kindly. This has made the transition for me much better. As a part of the leave my hair alone approach goes, I've let my hair air dry naturally way more than I did before. My hair's been through a lot with the hair dye and hair loss, and using hot tools on it very frequently in an attempt to make my hair submit to the style that I wanted it to have. My hair is very wavy and has a mind of its own. It's also very susceptible to frizz in humid weather. Instead of fighting this, I choose to accept it and try to work with it. I try to remember that this is a transition, and eventually I'll become more content and be able to enjoy the result once it's done. When you're having a bad hair day, or you're just wanting to protect your hair from the sun or weather conditions that cause more damage, hats, headbands, and head coverings come in really handy. I bought a few hats and a bandana that I could use as a head covering. I wore this head covering to go for walks or boat rides at the cottage, and it served to protect from bugs, wind, and sun. Also, if my hair was messy, I would use it as a decorative way to cover part or all of my hair. Taking regular photos can be a great way of inspiring yourself and others. And looking back on your progress is a valuable way to give yourself a boost, knowing that your hair is growing and getting healthier all the time. Just running your fingers through your new growth, which hopefully feels better than your color-treated hair, is always a constant reminder that I'm doing the right thing. I hope everything goes well with your gray hair journey as well, and I'd love to hear how it's going so that I can offer some encouragement to you too. Here are some awkward selfies and pictures of the top of my head, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Or like a paintly. Actually, I did feel the need to get frequent trims in attempt to. Oh, hello. Hi. I'm filming. Can you wait?